Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are doing a little bit of a different look, and I would call this a moody 90s makeup look, which is basically the grunge makeup style, but with a more stylish 21st century twist. Now this look is basically defined by a dark matte lipstick, a killer smoky eye and a few generous layers of mascara. But first is first, we are starting with the skin prep, a few puffs of the Embryolist toner, and then the Philadelphia Creme emulsion mixed with the MAC Strobe Cream. You know me by now, I do this step before every single makeup look because skin prep is really important when it comes to good makeup. And this brings us to the next step, which is foundation, and I have chosen to mix today two types of foundation, the Inglot All Covered Foundation and the Dior Backstage Foundation. These two together will create the absolute perfect, most seamless canvas you can imagine, because Inglot is very full coverage and basically it's got a thicker formula, and the Dior is lighter in coverage and much more elastic as a formulation. These two together, they are absolutely amazing. I love this combination and I strongly encourage you to try it for yourself. I'm applying everything with a brush because this is my favorite way of applying foundation, as it gives the most seamless finish and that airbrush look that I really love. For my cream contour today, I have chosen to use the MAC Studio Fix Stick Foundation in shade NC60. This product, I have used it before and I can highly recommend it because it's so good and it just melts into your skin. It doesn't lift your existing foundation, it blends and it just doesn't leave any patches. I'm basically blending everything with the same brush I used for my foundation. Now cream contours, they have a more natural skin-like finish, which basically steps away from the dated makeupy look. This is great for an everyday wear and is much quicker to work compared to a powder contour. Today I've also chosen to use a cream blush, and I've got this one from Inglot in shade 95. Now when it comes to a cream blush, always apply it after your foundation, whether you choose to use your fingertips or a makeup sponge, or like I've just done, the same brush I've used for my foundation as well. Now cream blushes, they've got this really nice dewy skin-like finish that looks like you're born with it. Highlighter. Glow On from Inglot. This product is so amazing, like it never stops to surprise me how versatile and gorgeous it looks on the skin. Just let's take a moment to appreciate that glow. Same brush I use for my blush and same brush I use for my foundation. Next, obviously, Whisper of Guilt from MAC. There's no makeup look I think without using that highlighter. It's been my favorite since, I don't know, since I'm doing makeup. I just love that highlighter. If you don't know Whisper of Guilt, I really urge you to go and get one. And what inspired this makeup look of the day was the Huda Beauty Obsession palette, which has such gorgeous warm shades. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the lightest shades from the palette. As you can see, I wish I knew the names. They don't have any names, so throughout the makeup video, whenever you're not going to hear my voice and you're going to hear some music, I'm going to point towards the shades I am going to use for my makeup look. Next on is liquid eyeshadow, and I've chosen today to use the eye tint from Makeup Atelier Paris with a 217 brush from MAC, which is synthetic. Always for cream products, use synthetic brushes. Do not use natural hair brushes. And what you will see now is, because I've got hooded eyes, I'm going to apply a small quantity all over my mobile eyelid, and then looking straight into the mirror or into the camera, as now, what that will do is, if you can see, that mapped out the shade all over my eyelid, so I know until where and how far I can go with spreading the product on my eyelid, because what you don't want to do is apply too much product and then you don't have where to spread it and you're going to try to take it off and it's just going to go on patchy. So start with just a little bit and add product only if you need more. Now I'm gonna do exactly the same thing on the other eye. Look straight forward, and that is gonna basically leave a mark on my upper eyelid. So what you want to do is basically take a smaller blending brush and blend out the edges, but a little bit higher than the crease. So as you look straight forward, you saw the mark that the eyeshadow left. So blend that just a little bit above the crease line. Don't leave it just where it is, because basically if you leave it where it is, it will make your eye smaller. If you blend it a little bit above of your crease line, that will make your eye look bigger. Now, all these eyeshadow, this black eyeshadow, eye tint actually, I'm setting it with the darker shade in the palette. And with the flat brush, I'm going all over my eyelid in a tapping motion, because matte eyeshadows, they look much better and they set much better on the eyelid if they are applied in a tapping motion rather than a blending one. So after applying this darker color, I'm going in with the medium shade from the palette, which is a more brick tone. Basically, what you want to do is go in a gradient color from the darkest to the lightest, all the way up to the crease and to your brow bone. So as you see, I'm pointing towards the shadows. I'm using that brick color combined then with the more mustardy color for my crease line. With a bigger and more fluffy blending brush, I'm taking the two shades from the palette, the more mustardy color. I'm gonna point towards them as they don't have a name, and I'm mixing it with the more shimmery color, which is got like champagne goldish tone to it. I'm gonna apply this on my brow bone and basically blending downwards to it, because what I want to do is kind of marry all the colors together so we don't see any harsh edges. Eye pencil. Today I'm using the eye pencil from MAC in the shade Coffee. Now this is a cult classic, absolutely stunning pencil, great shade. It's more of a cool tone brown eye, I would say. I'm applying this in my waterline and a little bit lower, and then with a pencil brush I am blending everything on my lower lash line. After this, I'm going over everything with the shades from the palette, because basically what you want to do is whenever you apply a pencil, because it's got a creamy consistency, like I've said at the beginning of this video, you have to set and seal in the creamy product, so you make sure it's not going to move and not going to go anywhere else on your face except your eyelids. So with a blending brush, I'm going all over the eye pencil with the lighter shade in the palette, and now with the same flat brush in my outer corner, basically in my outer V, I am adding a little bit more of the darker color. And I'm going to highlight my inner corner with the shimmery shade from the palette, the same one we use for the brow bone. Now, because these shadows, they do have a little bit of fallout, I've taken some concealer and went again under my eyes just a little bit with a duo fiber brush from MAC. This is one of the reasons I am not setting my foundation and my concealer until I finish with my eye makeup look. And that's basically it. Eyebrows now. I'm using the Kiko Milano Precision Pencil. As you know, this is something that I have recommended before, because it's got a very fine tip and you can really draw some fine hairlines if you want that natural looking eyebrow. A little bit of powder, again, in just the center of my face, and then we can move on to the next step. For my contour today, I have chosen to use the powders from Inglot number 502 and 503. Now, as you well know, I love Inglot and I love their system because basically they've got a freedom system where you can buy your own palette and you can customize your shades. You can choose whatever you like, everything based on your skin tone and undertone, and that makes it far more easier because you're not being stuck with shades or eyeshadows you will never use. Hence why I really like them. Plus they're cruelty free, which is another big point for them. Moving on to bronzer, and my classic matte bronzer from MAC. This is a product I really love, and it's like I said before, it's actually annoying the fact that I haven't managed to find something that I love more than this one, because it doesn't have any reddish tone to it and it just looks so good on the skin. Now, with a flat brush, what I'm doing is to make the cheeks even more defined. I'm taking the invisible, basically is the translucent invisible powder from the MAC Pro collection. Now, this powder, you find it only in their Pro stores, but obviously any translucent powder will work. Next on is mascara, and I'm applying 2 coats of my favorite ever Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. Now what you want to do is, like I said, this look is quite heavy, so it requires a lot of mascara, so 2-3 coats, not a problem. For my lower lash line, I'm using the mascara from MAC because this one has a very, very thin wand, which basically allows you to get in between those little lashes on the lower lash line without smudging it on your skin. And that's basically it. You already know my favorite highlighter, Whisper of Guilt. This is one of my favorites. I obviously love other ones as well, but this is just, I don't know, I love Whisper of Guilt. I've been using this for many years. The one I have just now is their Christmas collection, which I received as a gift. Yes, that's all. We're moving on to lips. I start everything by lining my lips, and then I am going to use the iconic lipstick from MAC Cosmetics in the shade Diva. This is a dark burgundy color with a matte finish that looks absolutely stunning for a darker lip, or a power lip as I like to call it. Tip from me: if you do not like your lip or you want to avoid any sort of bleeding, just add a little touch of translucent powder, as I'm doing just now, on the outer edge of your lips. And that would be all for today. I hope you enjoyed the look, and I hope you enjoyed all the steps of the tutorial. And if you do have any questions, please leave them below. Until the next time, bye!